In Jeremiah's day, there were lots of prophets that were telling the people of Judah the exact opposite of what Jeremiah, the true prophet of God, was saying to them. Jeremiah was telling them to surrender to the Babylonians and not to fight, that God would not give them victory over the Babylonians at that time. The rest of the prophets continued to declare that God would give them victory if they would be strong and fight against the Babylonians. In Jeremiah chapter 23, God contrasts the false prophets with the true. He says in verse 16, "Thus saith the Lord of hosts, hearken not unto the words of the prophets that prophesy unto you. They make you vain. They speak a vision of their own heart, and not out of the mouth of the Lord." He goes on in verse 25 to say, "I have heard what the prophets said, that prophesy lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed. I have dreamed. How long shall this be in the heart of the prophets that prophesy lies? Yea, they are prophets of the deceit of their own heart, which think to cause my people to forget my name by their dreams, which they tell every man to his neighbor, as their fathers have forgotten my name for Baal. The prophet that hath a dream, let him tell a dream, and he that hath my word, let him speak my word faithfully. What is the chaff to the wheat, saith the Lord?" What an image this is that God uses. He says, here's the comparison. You've got the chaff and you've got the wheat. What is one to the other? The chaff, representing the false prophets who had a dream, is worthless. It's useless. It's good for nothing. It's blown away by the wind. It's raked up and set on fire, and it very quickly burns up. Compare that to the wheat, to the grain, that which you've worked so hard to grow and to harvest, and then you want to store because it's your food. It's where your bread comes from. That's the Word of God. And God says, He says, you guys that have dreamed a dream, you tell your dream, but it's worthless to the people. It's deceit and it's lies, just like the chaff. But the Word of God, that is what the faithful man of God faithfully shares. People don't need our dreams. People need the Word of God. And just like in Jeremiah's day, we see this today. We see many, many false prophets, dreamers who have lots of fluff and lots of puff for lots of gullible people out there. I just want to encourage you today, be careful who you listen to. Be careful who you trust. A faithful man of God faithfully shares the Word of God. That's what God told the people in Jeremiah's day. And by the way, the Word of God, it has an effect. He says in verse 29, "Is not my word like as a fire, saith the Lord, and like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces?" The Word of God has an effect. It produces fruit. It produces what God sent it forth to produce. And so in Jeremiah's day, the people that were believing the lie, well, they were going to perish in the siege. The people who believed the truth, they were going to live and be disciplined by God. That was the whole point. God was taking down the defenses of Judah because of their sin, and He was going to use the Babylonians as an instrument of chastening against the people of Judah. It wasn't going to be fun. It wasn't going to be pleasant. But it was what God was doing. And God was telling His man Jeremiah exactly what He was doing. So I want to encourage you. You've got the Word of God. You've got it before you, these 66 books in God's book, His Bible. Get into them. If they speak not according to this word, it's because there's no light in them. God bless you. Have a great day.